Peace and love to the patrons, aka the Dakotas. We are here for episode 1 of Decipher Road to 100.
Mhm.
And on Decipher Road to 100, as I said in the chat box, we are going to go through 5 albums at a time until we get to our 100th album while we're building our top 100, top 25 albums of 2024. And today we are going to do our first 5 albums. Now, granted, this will not be an album review.
Mm-mm.
These are not album reviews. I don't want you to get confused. We are giving light critiques or just initial thoughts on listening to these albums. And as we go through this process, we're going to work our way to a top 25. And then we will do an official full scale production top 25 deciphered episode that we will have on Patreon as well as YouTube and all that good stuff. But before we get started, DJ, how you doing? All right.
I'm
Like
good,
I
man.
said, me and DJ are going through the list of these albums in order. So we're reviewing the same albums at the same time.
Hmm.
And the 5 albums that we have today are Insano by Kid Cudi,
You.
The American Dream by 21 Savage,
Hmm.
On Purpose with Purpose by Gets, Everybody
Oh,
Can't Go, Benny the Butcher, and Vultures Volume One, Yay and Ty Dolla Sign. Which one you want to talk about first? So I can pull the track list up.
um, we can start with Cudi.
Okay. Give me 1 second. That's right. I got it up. Okay, so what were some of your initial thoughts from Insano?
Um, well, yeah, I missed it when it first came out initially. I had to catch it after everybody I seen talk about it for a while, so I didn't catch like that first initial wave of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I didn't really have no expectations because I mean, truthfully, to me, Cudi can't technically do no wrong when it comes to music. So, I don't really have no expectations other than I feel as I'm gonna like it off the bat. So,
I got you.
um, and yeah, I definitely enjoyed it for sure. I mean, he actually, like I said, I don't know if we're gonna really talk about this later or not, but he released two versions of the same
Mhm.
album, and both versions of it got completely different songs on it.
Oh, so
So.
it's not just a deluxe; it's a full. Okay, so a
Mhm.
completely different album. Okay, I got
Hmm. Yeah, different everything. I mean, granted, the the cover art is kind of similar,
you.
but
Hmm.
the actual track list, songs, features, everything's completely different. Because on the other one, you got Pusha T on the other one. He not on the one that we reviewing now. So,
Okay.
but yeah, overall though, I definitely enjoyed it. It's another good album for Cudi's discography. I mean, I don't I don't think we talk about his discography enough. I think just because he's so experimental in the music
Hmm.
that he tries to do, that I don't think people kind of give him his credit that's due. But Man in the Moon is up there on the wall somewhere,
Yeah,
as it
it's
should be.
yeah, it's all the way up there. They can't
Yeah,
see it.
yeah, as it should be. But no, I definitely enjoyed it though. I like it. I got like six. 'Cause I think it's at like 18 songs total.
It's a lot. It
Um,
might be 20. It's 21.
it's 21. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely got like six for sure, like the ones that I just go back to constantly. Um, so I mean, I'll go into those after you. So how did you feel about it?
I thought it was good. Coming off of hearing Intergalactic, I don't know if you heard that
Hmm.
one.
I did.
Um,
It's fire.
that yeah, I really liked Intergalactic. So when I saw this one, so much stuff happened this year, and I think that's gonna be the dope part about doing this because we
Hmm.
really gonna catch up on a lot of music that we missed throughout the year. But I really liked it, bro. Like you said, I think Cudi kind of got pushed to the wayside because he's just not as popular as he once was. Like even though he was super influential in
Hmm.
his time, he's just not as he's just not as relevant in the mainstream space anymore. But he still creates good music. So
Hmm.
I liked it. I was listening to it the other day. I was like, it's some really good stuff on here.
Yeah.
I think some of the songs that I liked, I think maybe Keep Bouncing. Um, the X and Cud with
Yeah,
Triple X Tentacion.
yeah,
Uh,
that's one of mine
Fun-
too.
Funky Wizard Smoke. I love that one because it was something that I wouldn't ever expect him to be on. That's like a Memphis beat.
Hmm.
That's a jigging beat. I think Rage Boys with Young Thug,
Yeah,
if
that's
I'm
one of
not
mine too.
mistaken.
Yep, Ranger
Um,
Boys. Hmm.
Let me see. I did the one song I did not like. I do not like At the Party.
I don't like that one either.
I do not like that
Yeah,
song.
yeah, that's one with Pharrell
Yeah.
and Travis. Yeah, I didn't like that one too much.
But
I
yeah, I
think
think Keep Bouncing. I don't know why I'm trying to do six. I'm gonna just do the ones that's off the top of my head. I think he had a good run from Mr. Cooler probably to Rager Boys. I think that was a very strong run because I think it might have been like two songs like back to back where I was like, I don't really know if I like it. Maybe Get You Gone and At the Party or At the Party and Mr. Cooler. Something in there, I
mhm,
was like, I don't know. And then after that, the rest of the album was good again because it started off really strong and
yeah,
it ended really strong. So I will
yeah.
say that. But I think those 4 or 5 songs, in particular, Funky Wizard Smoke, I'll take those with me.
I like the first song. Often I have these dreams. The
Hmm.
intro with drama. I really like that one. I like the song Seven with Lil Wayne. Um, I
Okay.
like I like Wayne verse on there. I like the song Wow with ASAP Rocky. Because he was definitely. I know this. Listen, Drake gonna come up throughout these album reviews for the year 2024 because ultimately the year's been about him. Okay,
In a
but
sense, yeah.
but yeah, ASAP Rocky definitely had threw some shots in there, and Drake
Okay.
on that too. If you listen, you can hear it. But yeah, Wow featuring ASAP Rocky, X and Could. I really like that one. Ranger Boys with Young Thug, and I like
Hmm.
Porsche Topless is the one when I listen to it. What's the day? Monday. I listened to it Saturday.
Okay.
Um, and it just I don't know why it just kind of like stuck with me. I like, yeah, I like this one. This one
Okay.
go hard. So yeah, them probably my favorites off of there.
Okay. Now, before we go to the next one, do you think this is going to you're gonna put an asterisk by this one for later as we get into closer to the top 25?
Well, that's okay. I'm glad you brought that up. I am doing ratings, even though it's kind of
Hmm.
like my first listen through to it because
Hmm.
we got so much that we got to get
That you
through.
kind of gotta organize it. Yeah.
Yeah, like I can't really waste too much time on one project that if I'm not feeling on those first like full two listens or so, it might
Scrap
not make
it.
the
Yeah.
it may not make the cut. And I know that's really not um a good way to do music, but due to the way that we kind of waited to the last minute,
Yeah.
just gotta make it do what it do. So when I was rating mine, any album that's lower than a six is
Hmm.
not making it to the next round, and really a six is pushing it. I want to say
Yeah.
seven,
That because
but
that's where I'm at. I'm kind of low key at 8, to be honest. Because
no,
I remember that year when we did top 25. I
yeah,
think everything in the top 25 for me was an 8 and above. Maybe so I think maybe a 7.5 and above.
okay. I, I'm I said six, but
Hmm.
I think I'm gonna stick with my flat out seven that I initially had. If
Yeah,
it's lower than a seven, it probably ain't making it to the next round.
I
And
got you.
it's gonna be like 2 or 3 rounds of this. So
Shit. I
you,
I
you
think
can get through the first
doing
round.
doing them by 5. Shit, it might be like 4 or 5 rounds to be honest.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm just
Yeah.
like, I think I'm gonna stick to my hard line of seven. If it's
Hmm.
not at least a seven minimum, it ain't making it to the next round. Even if the album is decent,
Yeah.
it's too much.
Yeah, we
And
don't
I
have
got
enough time to be playing around like that. We got
that,
to do
yeah.
this in a month and a half.
And I gotta give like proper due to the albums I know for sure that's fire.
Hmm.
So like I can't play around. So with Insano, I gave it a 7.8 out of 10.
Okay.
Now that was my initial rating because it was some songs that I could do without.
Hmm.
And with it being as bloated as it was, I think he could have chopped it down just a little bit. because he did do that on the Nitro Mega, the other version of this album.
Mhm.
It's not as long, so I think that kind of worked in his favor a little bit. But yeah, this one, like the first version of Insano, y'all give it a 7.8 out of 10.
I gave it an 8. It's definitely going to the next round for me.
Yeah, mine
I,
too.
I really like this. But the thing with me when I listened to it the first time, I wasn't really paying attention to the track listing like that.
Yeah.
I was just listening and I was like, bro, this is really good. So it's definitely going to the next round for me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you pick the next one in this list of 5 we got.
Okay. Let's go 21 Savage.
Okay. Um, I'll start with this one,
Okay.
bro. Okay, let me not say that. No, I'm gonna say it. Rapping ain't for everybody, bro.
Okay. Okay.
Rapping ain't for everybody. I think ultimately 21 Savage has a affinity, like as a lot of artists from Atlanta do, to like make pretty good music. But
Hmm.
like as a rapper, I don't really think he's that gifted.
Yeah.
I think is it Savage Mode? Savage Mode 2?
Yeah.
I
That's the
think
one
that
with
and I'm Better Than I Was are his 2 best projects.
oh yeah. Yeah.
Um, this one you could tell he had a budget.
Hmm.
They were trying to make a lot of good music to paint him as a versatile artist. But I just think when he doesn't bring versatility to the table, it hurts the songs because he's the part that sticks out like a sore thumb in a bad way.
Hmm.
'Cause it's not like he's rapping atrociously, but it was like one when he was like his rhyme scheme was just terrible. He was like, when you come to meet me, we be on Peachtree. Something like beat beat. I make sounds like meet me. You know what I'm talking about? I was just like,
Yeah.
bro, like I understand that that's not what he's trying to do, but it's like it has to be taken into consideration in certain. And then it's just like, okay, a lot of these songs just not really good. They're not bad. They're just like cool. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And I just feel like it was a bunch of cool songs. But the
Yeah. It
songs
ain't.
that I think stuck out to me,
It ain't
uh,
nothing that really just push the boundaries. It's just like you got your like I gotta have this type of song, and I gotta
yeah.
have this type of song. I gotta have this type of song. Like that's what it was. And honestly,
Hmm.
I don't necessarily have a problem with that. And I thought I was necessarily I thought I was kind of getting 21 Savage fatigue a little bit.
Yeah.
But listening to this album and his ability to make songs, I
Hmm.
think I was just getting tired of him and Drake together.
Okay.
I think that's what it was because Her Loss is not an album that I typically like enjoyed at all. I didn't really care
Yeah.
for Her Loss.
I didn't really like it either.
I didn't,
I like was a Rich Flicks. I like that. And
yeah,
maybe the song was Let's Have Sex in the Bank, whatever the title of that
yeah,
song is. But
yeah,
I don't go back to that album though.
yeah. I don't. I really skipped that one, and I think that album, that whole press run, was making me like kind of tired of 21 Savage because I
Hmm.
feel as though on that project he was just kind of like it was a Drake project that you
Hmm.
just like mashed and you just forced 21 Savage into. So it's kind of like a lot of his verses was phoned in. To me, it wasn't really know a lot of energy. His verses was weak for the most part.
Hmm.
And it just I don't it you could have did that album without him. It just would have still would have done the same numbers. You would have done the same thing everything. So, but when I listen to this album, The American Dream, it kind of makes me like 21 Savage again because I
Okay.
like Savage Mode 1. I like Savage Mode 2. I like I Am Better Than I Was. I like all three of those projects. All those
Hmm.
are fine to me. And listen to this, it just makes me, I guess, go back and appreciate to what I actually liked him for, which was
Hmm.
he can make songs, bro. Like I'm not listening to 21 Savage to get lyrical, miracle, super deep. Like I'm not listening to him for that. It's just like a vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I do feel as though a lot of these songs kind of was. I think we mentioned this earlier, but Her Loss kind of like recording sessions a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like when you hear certain songs, like Shoulda Wore Your Bonnet. I mean that's one of the songs
Ooh, I hate that song.
I know. I kind of like it though.
I
Because
like the song that he did. Not to cut you off. I do like the song he did with Summer Walker though.
That's probably my favorite on the whole
Yeah.
thing, and I definitely understand why that's one of the bigger singles off the album. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, See the Real, Shoulda Wore Your Bonnet, Nina, those are songs like I feel so could have been recorded during those her lost
Mm-hmm.
times, and they just put it on the album because it's already work put into it. But I will say though, I like all the features on this album. All the features did really well to me.
Ad
Like
lib.
even
Ad lib.
like even though I know you don't like "Shoulda Worn Your Bonnet," but I do think Brent Fires did good on this song.
It's
Um,
something about his voice, bro. I think bro just can't sing, but
no,
he
no, he
like
can't sing. Yeah,
he got so much like confidence that he able to get in the booth and sound like that, and ain't
yeah,
nobody gonna say nothing to him. He sounds
yeah.
bad. He
I think
sounds
he did good,
bad.
bro.
He sounds horrible.
Probably my favorite song though on the album is "Letter to My Brother."
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like that song.
I really I like that instrumental. I like how he was rapping on there. Hell made me want to write a verse of this shit. I'm like, like I love this beat. That Nina and on Dark Days are probably like my three like ones I go back to the most.
Hmm.
And then you got Improve It. That's probably the other one too. I'm kind of tired of Red Rum. The radio
Yeah,
kind of
I don't like that song either. Not that I don't like it. I think when I say I don't like, I think I mean if I say I hate, that means I don't like. But if I
yeah.
say I don't like, that means I wasn't impressed by.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think if I had to pick songs from the project like that I probably would keep, as far as like if I had to make a playlist, I would probably keep All of Me. Um I liked Nina, Letter to My Brother,
Hmm.
See the Real, Prove It, um and I guess Pop Your Shit maybe.
I don't even remember how that go. I don't even remember that
Shit, I don't remember. And because I feel because I was looking for another one because I was like, okay, I don't remember at all what Red Sky sounds like. And
it's nothing like I
and
didn't.
Dark Days felt so formulaic, but
Yeah,
I do respect the point he was trying to make with that song. Like this shit like really go left if you live that lifestyle. Like so I do one thing I do appreciate from the album is him attempting to give a more mature point of view to all the street shit.
yeah,
So I think but I feel like Dark Days was a song he felt like he had to make. That was a way he just wanted to close the album out. Um but if I had to pick between that and Letter to My Brother, I would much prefer Letter to My Brother.
yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, those would be my five. All of Me, Letter to My Brother, Nina, Prove It, and Pop Your Shit.
Fair enough. But yeah, I do think that definitely the her loss, wave like definitely helped push this album for sure. But
Hmm.
ultimately, yeah, I think he just need to go back to it just being him or just like just something else. Like the whole him and Drake thing,
He need to go
like
find something to do.
yeah, like I'm good on that, bro. Like I swear to God, I'm good on that. So
I
I don't
feel
want
it.
to I don't want to hear that no more. So yeah, but I do like it. I do feel as though it'll make it to my next round. I mean,
Mhm.
it's not a super strong album, but it's strong enough to where at least right now it'll make it to my next round. Cause I gave it just like a flat 7.
I ain't gonna lie, gang. I'm gonna leave this one where it's at.
All right, fair enough.
I'm gonna leave this one where it's at. It wasn't bad though, so don't get me wrong. It wasn't bad.
Yeah,
Next, because I gave it a 7. It wasn't bad.
yeah, yeah.
Next,
That's what I
let's go
said.
to
Just a flat
let's go
7.
to On Purpose with Purpose by Gets. I think that's his name.
Gets yeah,
Gets. But this album was the first album out of the bunch. Well, no, I'm lying because Insano impressed me. But this one caught me by surprise because I've never heard of this rapper before. And you
Mm-hmm.
know, every time we go into these album of the year, we always run into some UK artists
Mm-hmm.
that catch our attention. Because last time it was
Dave.
Dave and it was another guy too. I can't remember the other guy, but I do remember
Was
Dave.
was it Central C?
Nah.
It wasn't Central C.
No, it was Lil Sims.
Oh
Which
yeah,
sometimes I
duh.
might be introvert.
Yeah. Duh.
But
You're right. You're right. Yeah.
so it wasn't a dude, it was a girl. But yeah, bro, this album from the first song
Mm-hmm.
grabbed my attention. He was rapping, and I mean rapping. Now, granted, it was parts of the album that was like felt like super uh UK influence that kind of like threw me off a little bit in the middle.
Yes. Yes.
But overall, this is a really good album because the songs that were good were so strong
Mm-hmm.
that, and I think this had like almost 20 songs too. Let me see.
It was
It had
18.
18.
Mm-hmm.
So I think those 2 or 3 songs, and they weren't bad. I just think they weren't necessarily my vibe because I'm from America. And
And I
that
just
wasn't really the type of time I was on. Because I don't
yeah.
really understand what he was trying to get off with those songs. But like he brought it
Mhm.
back and finished super strong. Like I really like this album, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, it's always like a UK artist that can find his way in there some type of way.
Yeah.
And I think Dave just for me really kind of like opened my palette up in the sense that because before listening to him and Lil Sims, I probably would have gave none of that shit like no attention, just being
Yeah.
real at all. But now, like listen to them, and I went back and listened to their other projects. The other projects are good too. So I'm like, it just
Hmm.
really kind of like made me more susceptible to if a UK artist come up, I'm willing to give it a shot.
Give him a shot. Yeah.
So so when you sent this to me, because I didn't even know who this dude was, I never seen him, never heard any of his music. So when you sent that, I'm like, okay, UK artist, I give it a shot. And I think I kind of similar to you. Like it was like in the middle, kind of middle part-ish of the album, where it
Hmm.
really kind of lost me a little bit because it's just a lot of the UK slang that I just don't really understand, or I don't get. So it kind of really took me out of it. But I do agree. Like he started strong and he ended strong. And
Hmm.
but what really carried it, and this is one thing I will give credit to a lot of the UK rappers for, like to what's the word? To try to gain that respect. I think they put heavy emphasis on actually rapping in
Yeah.
their songs. Like they're trying to really get the point across that I can rap, I have bars. This
Hmm.
is how I set it up, versus not really trying to swag it out or,
Cause
you
he
know,
definitely had a lot of bars.
yeah,
A
like
lot.
he had different flow pockets. He definitely
Hmm.
had like on the intro, he was going off him and on Mount Rushmore, the second song, Kano and Rex 32, they was going crazy.
Crazy. Yeah.
And it was another song, Street Politics, Fire. I love that song, bro. He was
Yeah.
getting off.
Yeah.
But the one that he was getting off the most on was that damn outro.
Oh yeah. Expiry date. Expiry. You know what I realized about him while listening to this project? He went to jail.
Okay.
That nigga told us he went to jail so many times. This nigga kept telling us he went to jail. I'm like, we get it. But he was trying to tell a story. And I think that's what also stopped the album from maybe going too far in any direction.
Yeah,
In a good way. So
yeah.
like he had a narrative thread, and he was just giving great level raps, bro. The beats
Mhm.
was good. Like you said, the features were good. It was just a couple songs that kind of like if we were from the UK, they might be like, oh, okay, you get that. Like let's say like Memphis juking music, like somebody who not from America might not get it at first.
I'll
But if
tell
you
you the
go to
truth.
Memphis and take that energy in, you're like, oh, okay, I get it. You feel
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
That stylish nigga, Laps, um, what was the other one? Gibedu, I think that's how you say it. Tumby. Um, yeah, like those kind of songs, cause they was kind of like all like right there next to each other.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, I just it kind of took me out of the listening experience a little bit.
You
But
won't get for the party.
but like my favorite songs though, like the ones I go back to the most is the outro, Mount Rushmore, the intro. I like Anakin, Red
Yeah.
Saber. I like that one. I like Blood on My Hands. And ironically enough, the one where he was trying to swag a little bit, I like the song Mine with Shaka.
Uh-huh.
It's a shorter song, but I do like that song, bro. Like I don't know, it's just something about it. It's it's real melodic. So
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I really like that song. So
Bruh,
but
Jonah's Safety was fire.
I gotta go back to that one. Because I think that was
Jonah's
one of the
Safety was
ones
hard, bro.
I think that's one of the ones where I kind of got out of it a little bit
Mm-hmm.
when I listened to it. And but then the outro brought me right back.
Okay.
So
Because I think the run from maybe Blessings to expiry date, I was just like, yep, this is he did something good with this one. But the intro, like you said, the intro to outro, Mount Rushmore, um,
I don't really care for
Jonas.
Double Standard. I don't really care for
Which
that
one is
song.
that one? That was
The one,
okay. Sanford. I don't
yeah.
if I'm remembering correctly, I don't know if Sanford had that strong of a performance.
Hmm. He did. I
He
didn't really care
sounds
for that one.
weird.
He do.
He sounds weird. I think after Too Much, I don't know if he really put out nothing that I just like as far as features. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because he has a
Too
very unique voice.
much. Him and damn, what's that dude name? Oh fuck. What Heartbreak Anniversary? What's that dude name? Damn, what's the dude name? Giveon.
Giveon.
Yeah. Yeah, he like Giveon, bro.
His
I can't
his
take too
project
much
was
of him.
fire though. That
I
project that he
can't
put
take
out
too
around
much.
2021, 2022, that shit was fire. Like his breakup, who he broke up with? Was it Coco Jones?
I don't know. I just can't take too much of
Yeah,
the
I don't
nigga,
remember.
bro.
I don't want to just be throwing folks' names in, but that project was really good. But yeah, I don't think I could. Him Friday, like all the specialty voice ass niggas, like
Hell,
it's only
and I was gonna say Vori, but Vori can low key rap though. So I give
so he
Vori a
can at least
pass.
switch it up.
Yeah, he can switch it up a little bit, but Friday, Giveon, Sanford, like
Hmm.
Brent, like you said, Brent Fayez,
Yeah,
all those guys who really struggle to try to sing, I can't take
they would.
too.
They struggle.
I can't take too much of them, bro. Like I listen to them in very, very small increments, bro. Like maybe a song or two, then I'm on to the next thing. So,
Yeah, but what I
but
said, I think the Jonah Safety expiry date, intro Mount Rushmore.
mhm.
Let me see. What was on More Than I Required? Was that one of them? Was that one of them relationship
Yeah,
songs?
no, it was an interlude, like a gospel interlude.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't really like a song that was set up. It was more so just like a he was playing a gospel sample in the
I
background,
like
just letting
Twin.
it.
I did like
Let
Twin Sisters,
Twin Sisters was okay. It was okay.
and I think mine was straight. Um, Let
I
me see.
like mine, bro. I like mine.
I think this the song that had me like, dang, bro. Drake influence is like you can't knock it. Like he got his ass whooped by Kendrick, but his influence is
You thought on mine?
yeah. The
Yeah,
beat that sound like a 40 beat. It's just like
yeah. Hmm.
dang, like you can't knock that nigga influence because when niggas want to get on um they rap bag like talking about a girl, they slow it down, do that little soft ass R&B sample, and get the
Yeah.
rapping them sentence bars. Where the lines don't connect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every line ends in a period.
Hmm.
Ross do that shit too. But so I don't know which one of them did it first. But anyway, I'm taking this album to the next round.
Yeah. Yeah. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10.
Okay, hold on.
So yeah, so it'll definitely make it to my next round of album reviews for sure.
I think I gave this one an 8 too. Is this who I think it is? Um I can't really tell if it's him. But have you seen what's the name of that show? Uh with the black people that had superpowers in the UK?
Oh, Supercell.
I think
Super,
this
super
him. I think Getz was in Supercell. I think he the dude with the
uh,
big teeth.
with the big teeth.
Yeah. You know who I'm talking about?
I mean, my mom tried to get me to watch it. I was like, because I watched like the first
Yep,
episode,
it is
and
him. Yep, it's him.
and it, and then I realized it was like all UK, like, and I was
It's
like,
it's it's a really good show, bro. You should watch it.
yeah,
But when you
yeah,
when you see him, you'll know who I'm talking about. He kind of like a villain. He got big ass teeth. He got like he got like 6 of these in his mouth. Just big as hell, big ass teeth, big fake chompers. But hey, I know who he is now. I can put a name with a face. So
so
that's
I mean,
what's up.
I was gonna go back to it at some point, but that first episode didn't really do it for me.
If you
So
get a
but
chance, watch it, bro. It was good.
yeah,
It
I'm
was
gonna go
good.
back to it. Cause
Uh
my mom really like it.
yeah. My bad. Number 4 out of the 5. Everybody can't go. Benny the Butcher.
Yep.
I ain't gonna lie. I haven't listened to Benny in a while, so I don't know if it's just refreshing to hear him. Because I think
Hmm.
this is the first Benny. This is the first time I've listened to anything Benny the Butcher in 2024.
Because he didn't drop several projects since what's the one with
Burn,
Hit Boy?
Burden of
Oh,
Proof.
Burn the Proof. Yeah,
And
he
I
didn't
think
drop
this
several.
one is joint produced by Hit Boy and The Alchemist.
Gotcha.
And that's
Okay.
probably why I like it. Because it's
Hmm.
not the typical beats that they use, like a lot of the Static Selector, Derringer, like those dark, just kind of spooky sounding back alley nickel and dime drug sale beats. You know what I mean? Like
I mean,
these sound more lavish and grand to me.
I still say it ain't that much dope and drugs in the world for you to sell. I still fucking say that. However, I do like how he's actually rapping on this project.
Yeah.
He rapping, bro. So I give him that. So I do like
But the
this
one
album.
thing I will say, we never say that about Push and we never say that about Ross.
Oh no,
But
I do.
oh,
I do though.
okay,
I do.
okay.
I do. I do.
Okay,
I just still like them regardless because they
I got you.
proven enough. They
In
proven
spite
enough to
of,
me. Yeah, in spite of that, they can actually make music that sounds different or just be able to rap and make good music. So
okay.
even if they still rap about pushing coke or stuff they didn't flip, like they did give me enough that I just give them the benefit of the doubt.
He got
It's
a
cool.
devil is a lie.
Who do?
No, I'm saying Rick Ross, like to counteract that in the Dice
Oh
Pineapples and
yeah, yeah, yeah,
9/11 and Hold Me Back or just a bunch of those type of songs. Push it to the limit. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So
All the
yeah, I
Maybach
don't think he
music.
has enough offset. That I think that's the thing. Benny doesn't have enough offset. But
Yeah,
with this project, I was surprised. I enjoyed it, bro.
yeah,
I was listening to it, and then I think I got halfway through it, and I was like, nah, this is kind of hard. Like,
hmm.
so I think this the from the Benny projects I listened to, I think this Tana Talk 3 and Burden of Proof are my favorite.
Now this is one of the albums I actually did hear when it first came out.
Hmm.
But I just didn't go back to it because
Yeah, I didn't really like it at first.
when everything because around the time this came out, that's when I was stuck on the on the beef, the Great
Hmm.
War, and all that stuff started. So it just kind of got lost in the sauce, and I just
Yeah,
never really came back to it. But when I went back to it this time, I'm like, oh yeah, I did like this when I first heard it. So yeah, this is I do like it for sure.
the
Um,
first time I heard it, I was just like, but I was kind of busy. Like I actually had time to listen to it this time. And like you said,
mhm,
so much that happened this year that it was just refreshing to hear something, I guess, from a different lane.
yeah,
So I was listening to it, I was like, this dope. And it kind of gave me the feeling of like late 90s, early 2000s, like pre 2005. Like it feel
yeah,
like that era of music. Like even like It was one of the songs. Let me pull it up. The song he had with Kyle Banks on the hook. Everybody
Oh,
can't go.
can't go.
It
Yeah.
sounds like an old school, like whole blueprint era, like that time frame.
Hmm.
That's what the feature sounded like. And then he had Snoop Dogg on it. It just sounds like throwback rap music from like that era, like when drug rap was really taking off, if you feel what I'm
Hmm.
saying.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But my favorite songs, Germany's Graduation, Braun was fire.
Hmm.
Uh let me see. I really like One Foot In with Stove God.
Yep.
Um Pillow Talking Slander is hard.
Hmm.
But I think my favorite one, other than the intro, is How to Rap.
Yep.
It's How to Rap. That one is fire. Cause it's like he flipped the whole drug thing and used it because it's kind of like 10 Crack Commandments, but he did it
Hmm.
in rap form. I thought that was a dope way to flip it, especially with him being so known for being a drug genre type rapper. You feel what I'm saying? So for him to
Hmm.
flip that into that, I thought that was dope. Um, I think Griselda Express was good, but I
Yeah,
had
it
got a
was.
bit sidetracked on that one. No, that one was good. I just don't like West Side Gun. I just don't like West Side Gun.
Boom,
Kanye,
boom,
not
boom,
Kanye.
boom, 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 boom.
Conway did dope. Conway, I was gonna say Conway did dope. Conway did good. Benny did good, and I think Rick Howard was straight. I just don't like West Side Gun like that. But yeah, my five would be Germany's Graduation. That might be up there with one of my songs of the year.
Really?
Uh, yeah,
Okay.
Brian. What was TMVTL? Trust More
That's the
Valuable Than Love. I like that one. Is that the one where he was rapping about the girl, the female CO got played by the inmate?
I don't remember.
I think that's that one. I like that one. So
Hmm.
hold on. Germany's Graduation, Brian, Trust More Valuable Than Love, Pillow Talking Slander, and How to Rap.
Mine would be um, Buffalo Kitchen Club was probably one of my highlights. I really like that not that, but that song. He was really, I like that, and I like Armani Caesar
Yeah, she
as the
did do
feature
good
on
on
there.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that song. I like Pillow Talk and Slander. I like Babyface Ray on there. Baby, he was actually he didn't seem super out of place in that song, bro.
Yeah.
Like you would think he would. So
Hmm.
I like that song. I like How to Rap. I like Griselda Express. I do agree. I don't like West Side Gun on there. I like What Foot In. Stove Guy. He had a point to prove. I like that song, and
Because I
everybody
remember
can't go.
when we listened to not this most recent um West Side Gun project, but the one before that when it West Side Gun was, I mean, when Stove God was on a lot of the songs, and I was like,
Yeah.
Stove God's still in the album.
Hmm.
My apology, but Stove God was still in the album, bro. Like he
Yeah.
was taking all the shine on that project. But
Yeah.
yeah, you taking this one to the next round?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I gave it a solid eight.
I
Solid
did,
eight
I
out of
did,
10.
I did too. I did too. I really
Solid,
like this one. Last but
solid
not
8 out of 10.
least, Vultures Volume One.
And I'm telling you now, this is automatically going to the next round.
It is.
No,
It
no,
is.
no Kanye slander is gonna
It
be
is.
made on this live tonight.
It is. He's an insane freak show of a human being. But this project is really good. Because
Hmm.
I remember this one. This one was like
It was surprising,
this
but
one was
I really
heavy
liked
this
it.
year. It was in heavy rotation when it came out.
It was.
Um dang, this project was good.
Hmm.
Paid, Back to Me, Do It, Paperwork, Burn, Vintage Kanye,
Hmm.
F something, shit, Vultures, Carnival,
Vultures.
Beg Forgiveness.
Yes, that's what with Chris
Beg
Brown on it.
forgiveness, bro. That, oh my God, bro. That's up there too. One of my favorite songs this year, bro.
Yeah,
I love that song, bro.
I
Um,
like I like Stars. Keys to My Life.
let
I
me see.
really like Talking, bro. I like Talking. I like Northwest on that Talking
Oh yeah,
stuff.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I
That
like
one was
Talking,
good.
and then I
Ty
like the
Dolla
beats.
Sign had a good verse on there too.
Yeah, when the beat switch, and then I really
Mm-hmm,
like that. And then the video really like it made me like the song even more because
mm-hmm,
I just like it was just Kanye and North, and then Ty and his daughter. It was just them four in the video, just like still shots or them just
mm-hmm,
showing like affection to each other. Like I really like that. So it just kind of because the whole song is talking about them passing the torch to the next generation and
mm-hmm,
making sure things are well enough to where they can survive without going through the same things that they went through. So that was the whole point of the song. So that, I think that's what the video was kind of symbolizing. So that it made me like the song even more. But yeah, Stars, Keys to Life, Talking, Vultures is probably one of my favorite like all around song. They
mm-hmm.
got decent raps, 5 beat, like tempo, like everything. Beg for Forgiveness and Problematic, even though we don't really talk about that one that much. And I think I sent this to you like back when it first came out. That's my favorite beat on the whole album. Like I told you, I like, bro, I need a verse on this, bro.
Yeah, that because that one sound like something from Life of Pablo.
Yeah, I don't know.
The beat.
It, I guess I would say more so Dark Twisted Fancy, but I can see that still. But no, that's my favorite beat on the whole album. Like I love that beat. So even if he not rapping
Mm-hmm.
nothing crazy on it, I
Mm-hmm.
love that beat. So I love the song. So
I wish he would have had a second verse on Burn. I wish that song wasn't so short.
yeah, yeah.
And because
But
that one feel like a Frank Ocean song to me.
it ain't really no song on here that I would say that I would just take off. Now, granted, I did tell you on Back to Me how I
Mm-hmm.
thought the big booty bitches don't fall out the sky. You know, like all that shit was kind of cringy to me. I don't really
Mm-hmm.
care for that. But the
Yeah.
rest of the song is just so fire and Freddie, gives when
Oh
stupid on
yeah,
his
he
verse.
did have a 5 verse on here. This is a
So
really good album, bro.
yeah, so
This
I
is
just
a
kind
really
of
good album.
I just kind of give it a pass because
Yeah.
everything else was so good. But that verse, I mean the hook, I hate that hook. It's so crazy to me. Big booty bitches just don't fall out the sky. Like, stop it, Kanye.
Hold on.
Stop it. But other than that, I do like the song.
Okay, it's saying that you got low storage space, so I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. But yeah, that one is definitely going on. I think I don't have like a numerical rate. It's at least an 8. It
Yeah,
might be the best project of this batch.
yeah. I
Um,
mean, it's my best one out of this batch for sure.
yeah, I think that. So it's definitely going to the next round. But yeah, man, before this mess up and we run out of space, thank y'all to the
Yeah,
page. Thank y'all. I keep calling them patrons. Thank y'all to the Dakotas for checking out this episode of Decipher Road to 100. This is
mhm.
episode 1 of 20. Every 5 albums that we do throughout this 100 album process, we'll come back and do another episode like this. So we might be back Friday, Saturday to do another one because we'll
Yeah,
probably end up doing at least 2 of these a week. So that
yeah.
way, by the time we get to mid-January, we'll be all the way through. Because I think
Hmm.
some of them we might have to do 3 a week. So just stay available. They will do these as needed. Because even if we end up doing some of them in studio, that'll be fine too.
Yeah, of course, of
Uh,
course.
yeah, and in that way, if we do everything on stream, I won't have to do as much editing too. So we'll just be able to knock these out. And if we do some reactions, we'll just do them through StreamYard. So that way I ain't got to do all that cutting and we can just throw it right up. But yeah,
Yep.
man, appreciate y'all for tuning into this episode 1 of Decipher Road to 100. Uh, voice your concerns, any albums that you want us to check out, how you feel about the albums that we talked about, whether or not you've heard them, just anything. Get active in the comments so we know that y'all want this type of content. And until next time, we out of here. Peace. What's good, family? Peace and love. Welcome to episode 2 of DeCypher Road to 100. I'm your co-host Skip, and with me is my co-host DJ. How you doing today?
Yes, sir. I'm good.
All right. This second episode, if you watch the first episode, we're going through 100. Count them, 100 albums, and this is the second set of 5. And today we have Ceremony by Kevin Gates, Pain and Love 2 by 5 Foreign, James and Nikki, A Conversation from Rhyme Fest, Purple Heart by Money Man, and Rent Due by La Russell. Again, I guess we'll just start from the top. Ceremony by Kevin Gates. Yeah. What was your initial thoughts with that one?
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I'm not the biggest Kevin Gates fan, just to be honest. So I had no expectations like coming into it. Like if it wasn't for us doing this list, I probably wouldn't have listened to it at all. So I'm like, okay, it's just something I gotta do.
Yeah.
You know. Overall, I mean, it's okay. I mean, it ain't nothing like amazing, top tier. Like Kevin Gates, like he ain't really super lyrical like that, but he just so goddamn vulgar, bro.
Yeah.
Like I can't take too much of his
like an old school comedian.
Yeah, like I can't take too much of how he talk and how he rap. I just can't do it. So I wouldn't necessarily say I enjoyed it, but it had some moments on here that was pretty decent. Like I got 4 songs that that I actually kind of like that I would go back to. Mm-hmm. One of them be Broken Men is probably the best song on the album to me. It's something that actually has some type of depth to it in a sense. So I like Broken Men. I like Do It Again. It Won't Happen is another one. And I like Lil Yeah only because it's the Shawty sample.
Okay.
That's it. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't even listen to that song if it wasn't for, because all I hear is Plies and T-Pain when I hear it.
Oh, yeah, so, I ain't like that song. I know what you're talking about now. I ain't like that song.
So, but yeah, other than that, I mean, it wasn't nothing too crazy unless you just, well, I take that back. The intro, he was rapping.
That's what the intro kind of set me up. Like I was listening to the intro. I was like, oh shit. Like he, speaking to discipline and all this other shit. I was like, okay. And then I think I get the allure to Kevin Gates for people who don't necessarily listen to like lyrical rap or like just hip hop for real. Like he's like an entry point to like people who just not intaking music on that level. Cause he kind of get them all the starter kit shit. Like he got the Muslim connection. So it's like, oh, that's interesting. I can feel deep if I'm listening to somebody who on here, alhamdulillah.
This nigga crank up back car batteries with his bare hands and shit.
Speak nothing of this. You know what I'm saying? He got the what I'm trying to say is I see why like the Ratchets would like it. Like it's not super deep, but it's got some elements to it where it's like I could see somebody who's very shallow minded feeling deep listening to this. Like, bro, ain't nobody rapping like Gates. It's like, he's on the very shallow end of an extremely deep pool.
Yeah, but he was rapping on that intro though. I will give him that. He was.
Yeah. And the songs that I had that caught my attention were Ceremony, Protect Children, Rumors, and like you said, Broken Men. The sex songs were super duper cringy. Like, but I
can't take it.
I understand why a Ratchet would want like that energy because they like being talked to like that.
Yeah,
like just I'm straight. But the song he had with Sexy Red, I did like that. That reminded me of like teenage going to like a club or like a house party, getting twerked on and your partner holding you up. It sounded like vintage Trill, fam. I don't remember that song.
I'm finna find it. I think I know what you're talking about. I just need to remember the name of it. I don't remember the name of it. Ceremony. Beyonce freestyle. Yeah. The one with BG on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's cool. It's just not something that I would go back to. Like,
of course, I just, in the moment, I was like, okay, I get it. Like, I see what you're doing. But other than that, nah, I ain't going back to the album for real. I mean, well, don't get me wrong. Well, I'm not gonna listen to it, but it's some songs that if they come on, I'll listen to them. But
right, like in a playlist, like a random playlist or something. Like you won't skip it. Okay.
What you rated this one?
I don't see it going through to the next round for me. I gave it a 6.5 out of 10, and that's just me. I feel just being real generous.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it ain't making it to the next round for me.
I gave it a 7.5. Because there's some really good songs on here. The only thing that kept it from making it to the next stage for me was like them cringy ass sex songs.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like expressing the same thing in both of them. But like I told T being my wife, for the people who don't know, I was like, it sounded like he make sex songs for niggas who been in jail. Like the way he talks about it is just weird.
It's so aggressive.
It's like this overly, almost pretentious masculine energy. Like it's just weird. It just feels like power dynamic all over it. Like, and
yeah, it's like, because I know he's been to prison. It just kind of like that dynamic that we have with most men in jail, where they have to project because of the insecurities or the environment that they in, and you gotta present that hard, tough exterior to keep niggas off you. Otherwise, you gonna get thrown around in there. So that's what just kind of feel like, and that shit don't speak to me.
It's just wild that you talking to women like that, and that's just the crazy part. But other than that, it was a pretty straight project. Them songs did throw it off for me. Let's go to the next one. Pain and Love by 5 of Your Foreign. I'll let you go first.
You said B?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna hold you, bro.
I can go first.
I'm tired of drill music, bro. I'm just being real. Because it's the same, like, drum line. It's the same beat over and over and over. Like, it's barely any variation to it. It's the same shit. And it's on this album, like, all the way through. Now, granted, I mean, it is some pockets where I feel as though he was actually kind of rapping a little bit, because when he was on Donda, he was getting off on, I forgot the name of the song he had with Kanye on Donda. Off the Grid. He was snapping Off the Grid. And on here, he had the song with Lil TJ, Trauma. That was pretty good. That was pretty decent. But other than that, it just, I don't know, bro. I like the song Trauma. Damn. Could It Be, Sway Lee, Same 24, Meek Mill, Pain, Pressure, Roddy Rebel, Who Knew? Any of those songs ring a bell? Which
I put I'm gonna give you my ranking. I rank this shit a week out of 10. This shit trash. I ain't gonna hold you. Look, I was listening to it. I'm like, nah, bro. But the only thing that made me feel good was it was 30 minutes. I was like, whew, let's get
it was
over with.
It was short. I gave it a 5 out of 10.
I think the only song on here that might be good is Waiting.
Shit, I don't even remember that
one. And then my third bullet point was I want my 30 minutes back. This album is not good at all.
Yeah, like, no, it's not making it to my next round, no.
Nigga, I don't care if it was 40 rounds, it's not going to the next one. This shit trash. Like this project is like the prime example of why when folks be like, you don't listen to the young people, it's like I can get this done from somebody who does it better.
Who does it better?
I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm sure it's somebody who does it better. Like drill music is just like unique because I don't think it's really good, period. I don't talk about the genre. But the point I was making is like, let's say they'll be like, why you don't listen to Uzi? And I'll be like, I just think Travis Scott executes in that lane much better. Or now, why you, if you, like, I would like, okay, I listen to Gunna before I listen to Lil Baby. And they were like, why? It's like the last 2 or 3 albums from Gunna been way better than what Lil Baby been doing. And Travis Scott still better than both of them niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or like, why you don't listen to Lil Baby? Like, Future exists. Hello? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just rather listen to the people who do it at the higher levels than just have to sit and listen to each and every one of them try to do the same thing at varying levels of execution.
I feel like that about one of the other albums on this list, that exact mantra about, I don't really get this because I can name 5 other people who do this type of music.
I know
way better.
What you talking about?
So we'll get to that
one on the list, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I know
yes, sir.
Exactly what you was talking about. Let's go to the next one. James and Nikki, a conversation about Rhyme Fest. Out of the list, I can already definitively say it. This is the best album out of this 5.
Easily.
This was
easily the best.
Really, really good album, bro. It's definitely going to the next round for me.
It was very surprising because I've never heard a Rhyme Fest album before, ever.
Me neither.
I just know the one song, the brand new, and then the stuff he did with Kanye, but his own projects, I've never listened to Rhyme Fest before. So this right here was definitely like a treat for me, like for sure. Like it caught me completely off guard. And I hate that I got to listen to this album in this vacuum in terms of trying to get through them to make my list. Cause I feel as though this album, bro, we might need to revisit this at some point in the future, bro. Like I think this album really deserves like an actual breakdown. Like for sure.
I agree. It's dope, bro. I just love the conversation because I had been privy to this conversation before between Nikki Giovanni and James Baldwin.
Yeah.
So when I saw that, that's what made me want to review it. Like I was like, oh shit. And then rest in peace, like Nikki Giovanni just passed. So that was another reason why I wanted to why I selected this one. I was like, yeah, I got a feeling this is gonna be good. But I said my bullet points for this one definitely goes to the next round. Kanye trip ruining this relationship. I love the concept wrapped around Nikki and James Baldwin. Both of them, may they rest in peace. This iconic conversation. Black Man, the song, is fire. Creator is fire. Triggered is good. And I said this is a good project, great concept, and great feature performances.
Yeah, all the features was fire. I was gonna mention that too. Like, you can tell creatively when Kanye had the people around him that really put the soul or help him put the soul into his projects.
You said it right.
And damn. But I could clearly see or hear the influences of early Kanye, Late Registration, College Dropout. I can hear it in this album when Rhyme Fest is rapping, especially on songs like Pop, Creator, Who You Talking To, Deja Vu, Surprise, and I got Black Man on my list too. But Creator is the one, bro. Like
that song is fire.
I damn near got emotional listening to that shit. Like, I'm like, bro, why is this so fire? And then on Pop, I love just how they actually rapping on Pop. Like, having all they did the J Black, the prevent, what old shit J Black be saying?
Preparation prevents poor performance.
Right. Yeah, they were doing that. So, and they were just going like a whole bunch of like P. Be like, that's just fire to me, bro. So, this album definitely for sure is going to the next round for me. And hopefully, if we had a time, granted, we don't know what next year going to hold in terms of content and how the music space going to be. But hopefully, if it's up to me, we'll definitely circle back to this album, give a full like honest breakdown, give it the attention it actually deserves. But
yeah, we might have to start doing breakdowns like this too, to where
so
we remote. So like I get off work and we'll do it like this because a big part of why I wanted to start doing these is because we can do these during the week and it's not so much of a strain to try to do everything on Sundays.
right.
And this don't necessarily require, us to be in studio for real. Like an album breakdown like that, because it'll probably end up on Patreon and the members anyway, just because of algorithm, science, and all of that stuff. So yeah, it'd be perfect for something like this. But let's go to the the number 4, Purple Heart by Money Man. Take it away.
Well, yeah, that was my number 5. But yeah, okay. Yeah, this is the one I wanted to touch on.
Okay. So La Russell was your number 4, and this was your number 5. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, go ahead.
Well, yeah, if we going Money Man, I see what he was trying to do. But it's definitely not making my next round. I mean, it's not bad, but it's definitely people that I hear like Moneybagg Yo, Future. Like those are the main 2 that I hear that if I want to hear this type of music, I'll just go listen to them. Because for one, Moneybagg rap better than him lyrically. If you just really listen to his album, like he actually can rap a little bit, but he rap better. And Future just got the better all around package, better than Money Man. So I'm not gonna shit on him too bad because I mean I've seen his name come up before. He definitely has a fan base, but he's just not for me. Let's see, the songs I do, I guess I wouldn't necessarily like, but the ones that were better than the rest to me is I'm the One. Love in the Booth was good. Well, I hate to say it was Love in the Booth. I'm the One. Serving Myself. Turn and Pick What You Want. Those were the 5 that I would pick if I just had to say go listen to that album. I pick out those 5 songs and see how you feel about them. But overall, it didn't really strike too big of a chord with me. So it's I don't see it making my next round. It's like a 5 out of 5, 5.5 out of 10 for me.
I gave it a 6 out of 10. I said Atlanta trap music is running out of ingenuity. This sounds like Lil Baby and Gunna to me. Of course, with some Future infused, but I got a lot of Lil Baby and Gunna for this. And the songs that I said were decent were Do 'Em Like That, Turn. I think about it. I said I think about it is actually pretty good. Make Sure was pretty cool, and I'm the Man is pretty cool. And I said because the first half of this project was ass, but the second half it
picked up on the back end.
It picked up a good amount. I was like, the project improved as it played on, but average is the best it got.
Yeah.
So with the first half being maybe a 3 out of 10, and let's say the back half being generous is probably a 7. Me giving you a 6 is being nice.
Yeah, I just
think about your
just
music,
don't see it.
Put me to sleep. It just like you said, it didn't strike a chord. It wasn't, nothing about it was unique. Everything that he tried to do to add sauce has already been done way better. And it kind of leaves me wanting to ask an interesting question that I think we probably should do a think piece on. Is the Atlanta run over? Or is it not? Is it over? Is it now on the decline?
I'm gonna say yes and no, just for the mere fact that I'm gonna say no because the Atlanta artists that are still relevant are very much relevant. They're big artists still. I mean, you still got Future. It's really the female rappers that's kind of taking over for the moment because you got Lotto. that's kind of staking her claim right now. But I can't think off the top of my head right now. That's something I need to research.
Nobody for real. It's Gunna, Lotto, and Future.
21 Savage.
He's on downturn.
It was Lil Baby, but he falling off.
Yeah, he's been falling. He's depending on this album is gonna tell whether or not he's failed already or fallen. He's falling.
I think a better way to look at it is not so much as Atlanta being on the down side of things. I think that with the emergence of other like areas, more so like the West Coast, being so much more prominent with putting out more quality versus, so just the fast, trap music that we used to. I think when we look at it, the difference is so vast in the quality of the music. I think that's what kind of make it feel like Atlanta is on the downside, because when I can go over here and get everything I need in one and it's quality, versus Atlanta, it's just the same thing over and over and over. And to the masses, that's still good. Like, people still run to Atlanta. Here's the Kendrick to get, certain things popping. So I'm not going to necessarily say they completely down, but with the emergence of like Texas, like the Third Coast and the West Coast for sure, just giving us so much like good music, it's a difference. It's levels to it, I feel, at this point. That wasn't really talked about before.
And if Atlanta was perceived to be in the lead, and now you saying that these other places, because it ain't no way around it. The West Coast been making the best music since like 2013. They've been making.
I can't argue that.
2013, and it hasn't been close. The only thing is like they've had artists who like have made bigger splashes, but as far as quality, it ain't been a question since like the Compton era. Like, and that was when we got familiarized with who Anderson .Paak was. Kendrick was on his prep for To Pimp a Butterfly. You was getting this influx of new artists. Yeah, bro.
Would Game be considered in that too? Or would he be?
Game was like mid 2000s.
Okay.
So now,
so like 08, 09.
By that time, he was starting to phase out. Because by the time To Pimp a Butterfly dropped, the Game wasn't the Game no more.
Fair enough.
Jesus Piece was his last offering where it was like it had outreach. Because I think the documentary 2.5 and the documentary 2 were still good, but it didn't ring up like Jesus Piece did.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Because the 2.5 and 2, I think they were both really good albums, but it didn't have the universal acclaim that Jesus Piece had. Like, Jesus Piece had everything that you needed in it,
and it had a big budget.
Yeah,
nigga, he had Tank singing on the hook, and
Prime, he had Kendrick,
and Prime 2 Chainz, and then you get 2.5, and it's not, and 2, it's not doing the same like budget wise. It's just a lot of good songs, but you could tell the money was spent elsewhere. And now you look at Atlanta, and a lot is kind of riding on Thug, because the OG is like gone now, like Tip gone, like Gucci like ain't really been putting out no good products since he got out of jail for real.
Luda gone.
Luda been gone, so I don't really like consider him, but Jeezy is on his way out, and he kind of been having diminishing returns each new drop.
God, he been hit or miss
for a while. Probably like the last 5 or 6 projects. So all you got like is now Future is the OG, and niggas like 21 Savage, he's a vet. Him, Thug, they're vets. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they 30 plus. So it's like, they next project's gonna tell a lot. Well, 21 Savage put out American Dream.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Mm-hmm.
The Lotto Project, it was okay. The Forever Story by Jid was phenomenal, but that was 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying? And like for every
Future
kid on the West Coast, you got Boogie, you got who else? Tyler. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, they're not where they were, bruh. They were never there as far as music quality. Now they're just not there due to perception because they can't stay out of their own way. So now all you got to do is like hope the music gonna save them. So now you paying closer attention, and it ain't doing it. So yeah, the West is in pole position, bro.
Well, Future is definitely carrying the weight of Atlanta. That's for sure. I will say that. Like he the only one that's really truly still putting out, consistently good music. So
yeah, because the We Don't Trust You series, those 2 albums were really good. And those the best albums to come out of Atlanta not in a long time, but in a few years. Probably since So Much Fun from Young Thug and Savage Mode 2.
Savage Mode 2. Yeah, I would say that's the one.
Yeah.
And I don't even really remember So Much Fun. I don't really remember that one that well.
Was good. I tell you, that was good. And I say all that to say that Money Man, we don't need you, bro.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
We straight. Last but not least, Rent Due, Lil Russell and Hit Boy. What you got?
West Coast. Let's go to the West Coast. I think this album was definitely good enough to make it to the next round for sure. I gave it a 7 out of 10. I don't really know too much about Lil Russell. I mean, I've seen his name come up before, but I never really listened to his music until, having to do this. And after I heard this, of course, Hit Boy snapped. But just hearing Lil Russell rap, like he actually, he can rap. Like I like the song Real Life. I like King Kong. Tradition is probably the best song on here. Fire. Ethics is another good one. I really like that one. And I started back listening to a lot of his other like singles, like Lucy's. I haven't really heard another whole project yet. But I did see that he has multiple projects this year.
He put out 6 this year. Like
yeah, so
bullet point. I was like, props to him on that, if nothing else. Like I was like, before I even listen to this album, I'm gonna give him props on putting out 6, because just that level of productivity is to be appreciated. Now, what they sound like is a different story. Because
and they full projects too. I mean, they ain't like 4 or 5 songs. They like 9 to 11, 12 songs a piece. So, I mean, they definitely full projects. So, yeah, definitely kudos to him for sure, because he definitely put out volume this year for sure. Yeah. So, it'll probably come up later on down the list, his other projects in terms of when they were released. So, I didn't really try to dive in.
I didn't know he had that many out. So this the only one that's on the list.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
This the only one that's on the list.
Well, I may go back to his catalog at some point later, because I was, satisfied enough with this album for sure to where, I mean, he deserved, me to give him a shot. So
he rapped like everybody drunk uncle at the cookout. Like that uncle that's gonna tell you some shit if you listen hard enough, but he drunk off some cheap bill. Like all that growling and shit. Like it's weird, but he be spitting though.
What songs did you like?
Ethics, Real Life, Luxury, Tradition.
Yeah.
Those were the ones that stuck out to me. Good quick EP. I gave that one a 7.5 out of 10.
That's pretty good.
So I think
hopefully
what's going forward are for me. I don't know if the Russell going forward, bro. Because I'm looking at it from the perspective of, can this be in the top 25? And I don't think so. I think the only one I'm taking from this is James and Nikki.
I'm just looking at it between all like my 7s and my 8 so far.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we get through them, then I can just siphon out, the 7s and the 8s. Because we ain't hit a 9 yet. I feel. Not yet.
But
so all my 7
yet though.
I do know a couple of that.
Cause we low key, cause I think I said this on another recording or something. I was like, bro, we could cheat and do a top 10.
I
don't know if that's the actual top 10, but we could cheat and do one.
But I'd rather not, because I do like going through this process and just finding out stuff that I may have missed or haven't heard. Like, I like becoming a new fan. Like, it's like that feeling of hearing something for the first time. Mm-hmm. Like, it's really no better feeling than that. So I definitely would still want to do it this way. But yeah, we definitely have heard enough music to where we could definitely make a top 10 for sure.
Yeah, it'll just be a void because we didn't do our due diligence, but we could do it, get away with it. I said that just so they would know that we not gonna do that.
Yeah,
because it's some people, some of our decoders that be like, you're introducing me to elements of hip hop, so it's like we're doing that. We're doing this for them, not only because of course it's on Patreon and in the members, but for the aspect of like this shit like a book club. Like in my reading this week, this is a book I found. You should check it out.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So I would suggest Rent Due to somebody. I just don't know if it's gonna be my top 25. Cause I already know I basically got 10 of them already sold up. So I'm looking for 15 albums out of 90 to pull forward into the top 25. That's why I'm being so like stingy with the ones I'm elevating.
Like once I get further down the list, because I'm keeping a tab of everything in order in terms of like where I'm ranking them and things like that. And I mean, at some point, I'm pretty sure I get to where I'm like, this don't make it. But as of right now, like if I wanted to go back and listen to it again, I would. So that's how I would just like say it'll go to the next round, because I know for sure if I need to make a decision on something, I'll go back and listen to it again just to be sure. But
because that's what I'm doing as I work through. But I think I'm just keeping it in my mind, like if it don't wow me first listen, that kind of also got me like, it's not gonna make it in the top 25. So
Money Man,
those, it's over with. It's
over with. Kevin Gates, 5-year-old Money Man. Like I'm never listening to those again. So
not intentionally, no.
Yeah.
But man, that's it for episode 2 of DeCypher Road to 100. We're about to go ahead and record episode 3. So y'all should have these no later than Monday. Peace and love to y'all. And if y'all get these before Monday, be sure to check out the live stream on the YouTube featuring Absa, F, and Lutely. I know it's a lot of overlap in our audience base. So we'll see a lot of familiar faces, I'm sure of that. So until next time, man, we out of here. Peace.